When President Trump was asked one simple question about sports, no one imagined his answer would change the internet overnight. What he said about Cristiano Ronaldo. President Donald Trump just said something about Cristiano Ronaldo that shocked the entire world, and what he said will leave you absolutely speechless. The 45th President of the United States, a man more often seen at golf courses than football stadiums, shocked everyone with a statement that no one saw coming. At a glamorous charity event in Miami, packed with celebrities, athletes and entrepreneurs, President Trump took the stage for a casual Q&A session. The atmosphere was light, full of laughter and cheers, until one guest from the audience asked a question that would soon explode across the internet. "Mr. President, who do you think is the greatest athlete in the world right now?" Without a moment of hesitation, President Trump leaned into the microphone, flashed his signature confident smile, and said in his unmistakable voice, "Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a winner. He's a machine. Honestly, I like winners, and Ronaldo is the ultimate winner." For a split second, the room went silent. Then, boom! The crowd erupted in cheers, claps, and even a few surprised gasps. Some laughed in disbelief, others shouted, "Ronaldo!" with excitement. Phones went up instantly as guests began recording the moment, knowing they had just witnessed something that would soon dominate headlines. Within minutes, the clip began spreading like wildfire. On X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, the soundbite of President Trump praising Ronaldo went viral. Millions of views, countless memes, endless comments. Everyone was talking about it. It was a moment no one could have predicted. President Trump, known for his directness, wasn't just complimenting the Portuguese superstar. He was admiring him. His words carried a rare tone of respect and genuine recognition, and that's what caught everyone's attention. Why would one of the most talked about political figures in the world praise a footballer so passionately? What did President Trump see in Cristiano Ronaldo that impressed him so much? The internet wanted answers, and that single moment in Miami became the spark that started a global conversation. Now here's the twist. President Trump isn't exactly known for being a sports superfan. Sure, he's been spotted at major events like heavyweight boxing matches, golf tournaments, and even the occasional baseball game. But football, especially soccer, has never really been his thing. It's not the sport you'd normally associate with a man who built his empire on skyscrapers, golf courses, and reality TV. So, what suddenly made President Trump speak so highly of Cristiano Ronaldo? According to sources close to his inner circle, President Trump has actually been following Ronaldo's career for years. One insider revealed, President Trump respects people who build empires out of pure talent. People who never quit, who turn criticism into motivation. That's why he likes Ronaldo. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Ronaldo's story isn't just about football. It's about the rise of a man who refused to settle for ordinary. From a humble childhood on the island of Madeira to becoming one of the most recognizable names on earth, Ronaldo's journey is built on relentless discipline, sacrifice, and laser-sharp focus. That's the kind of story that resonates deeply with President Trump. He often talks about the value of persistence, branding, and never letting negativity hold you back. Principles that define Ronaldo's career as much as his own. During that same charity event in Miami, President Trump reportedly told guests that Ronaldo's mindset reminds him of a businessman in cleats. He sells, he inspires, he wins. The guy doesn't just play football, he builds his brand. That's genius, he said, with that trademark Trump confidence. For Trump, it's not just about how many goals Ronaldo scores or how many trophies he lifts. It's about the mindset behind the success. The consistency, the hunger, the refusal to slow down even when he's already at the top. And that's where the connection truly lies. President Trump sees in Ronaldo the embodiment of a champion's mentality, a man who dominates his field through hard work, confidence, and a relentless drive to stay number one. In Trump's eyes, Cristiano Ronaldo isn't just a footballer. He's a symbol of what happens when talent meets unstoppable determination. And that's exactly the kind of winner Trump loves to celebrate. Within just hours of that electrifying statement, Trump praises Ronaldo began trending across every corner of the internet, on X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and of course TikTok. The clip from the Miami charity event spread faster than wildfire. It was being reposted, remixed and debated in every language imaginable. In the first 24 hours alone, videos of President Trump's comments about Cristiano Ronaldo racked up millions of views. Hashtags like Nation Trump on Ronaldo, Goats recognize Goats, and winning mindset dominated social media feeds. News outlets around the world picked up the story, and by the next morning everyone, from sports channels to political commentators, was talking about it. Fans everywhere were split in their reactions. Some were absolutely thrilled, saying it was refreshing to see President Trump talking about sports with such passion. Others were simply stunned. After all, it's not every day that a US president openly praises a football superstar. Football fans couldn't believe their ears, while Trump supporters flooded timelines with memes and quotes. One meme showed Ronaldo in a suit shaking hands with Trump at the White House, with the caption, "When the GOAT meets the dealmaker." Another viral tweet joked, "Ronaldo doesn't play politics. He plays to win. No wonder Trump likes him." Meanwhile, Ronaldo's massive global fan base, hundreds of millions strong, was buzzing with excitement. Even though the Portuguese legend hadn't commented publicly yet, his followers filled comment sections with fire emojis, flags, and supportive messages. People wrote things like "Two legends recognizing each other, respect. Trump x Ronaldo collab when." This is the most unexpected crossover of the decade. Sports journalists and analysts also jumped into the conversation. One ESPN analyst said, "Whether you like Trump or not, this moment proves Ronaldo's influence goes beyond football. When someone like President Trump praises you publicly, it shows your impact is truly global." Soon, reaction videos began appearing on YouTube, people breaking down every second of the clip, analyzing Trump's tone, his words, and what it could mean. It wasn't just a viral moment, it became a cultural crossover, a meeting point between politics and sports, power and performance. Two massive personalities, from two completely different worlds, suddenly united under one shared philosophy: winning. In a follow-up interview just days after the viral Miami moment, President Trump went into greater detail about what exactly impressed him about Cristiano Ronaldo. This time, there were no cameras flashing, no roaring crowd, just Trump sitting down with a journalist, speaking candidly about the mindset of champions. When asked what made Ronaldo stand out to him, President Trump didn't hesitate. He leaned forward and said, "Look, the guy's been on top for over 15 years. He doesn't stop. He's disciplined, he's focused, and he's still hungry. That's what I respect." Not many people can do that. It was a rare glimpse into what truly earns Trump's respect. He wasn't talking about money, fame, or status. He was talking about longevity, consistency, and drive. He went on to compare Ronaldo's incredible work ethic to that of top business leaders and entrepreneurs, adding, "A lot of people have talent, but very few have drive. Ronaldo has both, and that's what makes him great." For many listening, it was clear that President Trump saw Ronaldo as more than just an athlete. To him, the Portuguese superstar represents something deeper, the embodiment of relentless pursuit, the kind of mindset that doesn't crumble under pressure, but gets sharper with every challenge. Analysts quickly noted how Trump's description of Ronaldo mirrored the same qualities he often celebrates in business and politics: determination, self-belief, and resilience. These are the traits Trump has built his own image around, and it's easy to see why he would admire them in someone like Ronaldo. This wasn't just a casual compliment. The tone was different, genuine, even admiring. It wasn't about politics or publicity. It was about respect for another winner. Of course, the internet had its fun with the quote. Some fans joked that President Trump might try to recruit Ronaldo to one of his golf resorts, or even invite him to a political rally. One meme even showed Ronaldo standing on stage beside Trump, captioned, "Make football great again." But behind the humor, there was something undeniably authentic about Trump's admiration. For once, the spotlight wasn't on controversy. It was on character, consistency, and the champion's mindset that connects two very different men. So what does all of this really mean in the bigger picture? It's not every day that two of the world's most talked about figures, one from the world of politics, the other from the world of sports, share such visible mutual respect. Yet somehow President Donald Trump and Cristiano Ronaldo found common ground. Not through power or money, but through something deeper, the mindset of winning. Both men have built empires in their own right. President Trump rose from the business world to the most powerful political office on earth, while Ronaldo climbed from the dusty streets of Madeira to the highest peaks of global football. Both have faced relentless criticism, countless headlines, and waves of controversy, yet both continue to stand tall, focused, and unshaken. Love them or hate them, there's no denying their impact. President Trump redefined how politics and branding intertwine, creating a movement that changed modern campaigning forever. Meanwhile, Ronaldo redefined what it means to be a professional athlete, turning training, discipline, and personal branding into an art form that inspires millions across the globe. At the end of his Miami talk, President Trump closed with a line that no one expected, but everyone remembered. He said, "Ronaldo reminds us that success isn't about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go. He's a winner, and the world needs more winners." Those words hit hard. They weren't scripted or political, they came from genuine admiration. Within hours, that quote was being shared across every social platform imaginable, turning into headlines and motivational reels, and then, just when the buzz began to settle, Ronaldo himself appeared to subtly respond. On his Instagram, he posted a simple photo, him training on the pitch, focused as ever, with a caption that read, "Keep working. Always." Fans immediately connected the dots. Comments flooded in with phrases like Trump effect, mutual respect, and winners recognize winners. The post gained millions of likes within hours. What began as a brief compliment had turned into a global conversation, not about politics or fame, but about discipline, drive, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. In the end, it wasn't about who said what, it was about what it meant. When two legends from completely different worlds recognize greatness in each other, it sends a powerful message to everyone watching. True success isn't luck, it's mindset.